JoyNews is learning that 5 people have been injured after alleged bodyguards of the NPP's parliamentary candidate for Ajumako-Enyan-Essiam constituency, Dr. Rashid Kwesi Etuafo, stormed the registration center at Ajumako-Enyan-Essiam and destroyed properties. Media reports suggest the parliamentary candidate picked up information that foreigners were being registered after they were supposedly bussed by the opposition NDC to some registration centers. The alleged bodyguards stormed the registration center, we're told. They ransacked the materials, pulled down canopies and vandalized some cars parked around. Richard Kojonyako is our central regional correspondent and he joins us with more. So, Richard, what have you picked up? Do we know exactly what sparked the violence?
Sparked the violence is what you just stated, that the NPP parliamentary candidate for the area picked up signals that they were busing some people to the registration center, one of the registration centers at Ajumako. And so out of the blue, there were attacks that vandalized the property and all of that. But in all of this, no arrest has been made. We are currently at the regional police headquarters. We are waiting for the district police commander, who is currently at the regional police headquarters. But in the last hour, the NDC has been organizing a press conference at Ajumako, and they have been accusing the transport minister, Ajumako-Enyan-Essiam, of leading 50 thugs believed to be members of the NPP's vigilante group, invisible forces, to cause mayhem at 21 registration centers in the Ajumako-Enyan-Essiam, which is the hometown and stronghold of the incumbent MP, Honorable KCL Force. And Mr. Ajumako-Enyan-Essiam, they allege, led yesterday's attacks and has been holding series of sinister meetings in this constituency. And anytime he is in the constituency, violence erupts against innocent citizens perceived to be NDC sympathizers. The leader of his gang, they mentioned that there is this person who is called Ali, who has been driving one unregistered pickup and has been firing several gunshots in the constituency. And so the NDC, in a bit, they are demanding the immediate investigations, arrest, and prosecution of all involved in this act, and to remind the security forces of the oath they have taken to protect persons and property in this particular country. And so that is what the NDC has been holding the press conference for. Let's come back to the Ajumako-Enyan-Essiam issue, where there was some electoral violence. Now, we're seeing pictures on our screen of some people with some blood oozing from their body. Tell us, were there casualties? Did anybody die? What happened? No one has died. The 5 people, we are told, are receiving treatment at the Ajumako government hospital as of now. And so no one has died, but 5 persons were affected and they are currently at the hospital receiving treatment. All right, many thanks. That's our Central Regional Correspondent, Richard Kojonyako there. The NPP parliamentary candidate, Dr. Rashid Etuafo, joins us via Zoom. Thank you for your time, sir. Now, first of all, tell us why your bodyguards stormed that registration center.
I want to say good afternoon to your viewers. It is not factual that any bodyguard of the New Patriotic Party has vandalized any center, with some reasons that the NDC alleges that we heard that they were busing people to the various centers, so we had to go and vandalize the center. I want to give you a little history. When we as a party realized that the NDC was doing that illegal act, we used 2 options. The first option was to lodge a complaint with the police about 2 weeks ago. Indeed, the police has accosted some 34 people who are undergoing trial. And then we used a challenge form. In actual fact, the Electoral Commissioner came up with data saying that Central Region has recorded the highest number of challenge cases. If you go into that data, realize that it is Ajumako and Kaswa which has challenged the most. In this phase, where the MP claims that we are beating up people, in this phase, we have challenged over 136 people. So why wouldn't we use the same process to stop people from registering than to vandalize?
Dr. Rashid, let's come back to the meat of the matter. What happened at this registration center?
I am building a point. Then I'll come back to that side. Again, I did hear that they said we have vandalized some 21 polling stations, and I led the team, and then I'm told the transport minister led it. It is not true. Yesterday, this is what happened, so as we are concerned, and you can verify from the district police officer, commander, or the district health director to ascertain whether it is true or not, and the district electoral commissioner. Yesterday, at the polling center called CACA Kropon, our polling agent challenged someone he perceived not to be legally, or someone he perceived not to have a legal right to register. He used the challenge process. So in using the challenge process, the NDC's agents bounced on him, attacked him personally. And that didn't even stop him from challenging the process. Now, I'm taken aback that after that had been resolved, the NDC now comes out to say that we had attacked their people, and this was at the Ajumako District Hospital receiving treatment. This morning, I have been to the Ajumako District Hospital, and the acting district health director tells me that she has not received any patient that has been attacked through electoral violence. These pictures they are circulating are internet-based pictures. You can always verify from the internet. If in actual fact they claim we have vandalized properties, the electoral commissioner, or they claim the electoral commission says you have vandalized electoral materials, why hasn't complaints been filed with the police? None of the sort. In actual fact, today I have visited every one of the polling stations and registration is ongoing. So we are taken aback that the NDC will come back to say that we are going around vandalizing 21 polling stations, and Dr. Rashid is leading the team in one vein, and another breath, the transport minister is leading another team vandalizing polling stations. What do we stand to lose? Or what do we stand to gain by vandalizing those polling stations? Nothing. And I would beg that you verify from the District Electoral Commissioner if any material has been vandalized by the New Patriotic Party since the registration exercise began. In actual fact, the Electoral Commissioner has lodged a complaint with the police. And the complaint we are aware of is that the Zongo Caucus wing of the NDC attacked one of his registration officers, and that is with the police. We have lodged 14 complaints with the police of various assaults. So I'm surprised that the NDC is saying this. If indeed we have attacked, they should report to the police. I have not seen any of this in this.
All right. Many thanks for your time. That's the NPP parliamentary candidate for the Ajumako constituency, and in the Ajumako BCRC, where that incident allegedly took place. As you heard, there are claims and counterclaims of what actually happened there. We will be getting to the ground to give you exactly what happened in our subsequent bulletins. Now, let's move on, because the opposition NDC's campaign team and the